In the heart of 17th century Central Africa, a woman rose from the ashes of colonial invasion to become one of the fiercest warrior queens the world has ever known. She ruled with wisdom, fought with cunning, and resisted the mighty Portuguese Empire using tactics that would make modern generals marvel. This is the untold story of Queen Njinga, diplomat, warrior, strategist, and symbol of unbreakable resistance. Long before she would strike fear into the heart of Portuguese colonizers, Njinga was born around 1583 in the powerful kingdom of Ndongo, located in present-day Angola. She was the daughter of King Njinga and a woman of royal lineage. Though not first in line for the throne, Njinga was exceptional from a young age. She was highly intelligent, fluent in several languages including Portuguese, and trained in the art of diplomacy and warfare, skills rare for women at the time, but not in her case. But her childhood was not peaceful. The Portuguese had arrived on African shores, bringing with them muskets, missionaries, and merciless ambition. Their goal: to colonize, convert, and enslave. In 1622, Njinga's brother, Ndongo, then king of Ndongo, sent her as an envoy to negotiate with the Portuguese governor in Luanda. She came draped in regal red and gold, accompanied by warriors and interpreters. When she arrived, she found that the Portuguese had provided no chair for her. It was a symbolic gesture meant to show her inferiority. Njinga, quick to counter the insult, commanded one of her servants to kneel, creating a human seat. She would not be looked down upon. That day, Njinga negotiated a peace treaty that temporarily halted hostilities. She even converted to Christianity, adopting the name Honor de Souza to gain political favor. But the peace was short-lived. Her brother died under suspicious circumstances. Some say it was suicide, others whisper that Njinga orchestrated it. One thing was certain: she became queen. Now queen, Njinga faced betrayal. The Portuguese broke the treaty. They installed a rival ruler. They raided her lands. But Njinga would not bow. What followed was a guerrilla war unlike any seen in African history. Njinga retreated into the mountains and jungles. From there, she launched surprise attacks on Portuguese forts, ambushed caravans, and destroyed slave routes. She allied with her once rival kingdom of Matamba, and turned it into a military stronghold. She welcomed escaped slaves and forged them into a loyal army. She built alliances with other African kingdoms and even engaged with the Dutch to counterbalance Portuguese power. Njinga's tactics were brutal and brilliant. She used the terrain to her advantage, employing espionage, misinformation, and lightning speed raids. The Portuguese, despite superior weapons, couldn't break her. For over 30 years, she waged war, outmaneuvering generals and frustrating colonial ambitions. Queen Njinga wasn't just a warrior, she was a visionary. She reformed her kingdom, elevated women to positions of power, and preserved African sovereignty in a time of brutal colonization. Her court was a blend of African tradition and European diplomacy. She ruled with an iron will and a silver tongue, feared by enemies, respected by allies. Though often painted as ruthless, Njinga's ruthlessness was survival. She faced betrayal, assassination attempts, and military pressure from all sides. And yet, she endured. Queen Njinga died on December 17, 1663, an age few warriors of her time lived to see. Even in death, she remained undefeated in spirit. Today, Njinga is celebrated in Angola as a national hero. Statues bear her name. Streets and schools honor her legacy. She is a symbol of African resistance, female power, and the undying will to remain free. Queen Njinga didn't just fight for her people, she fought for their future. In a time when entire kingdoms were falling, she stood tall. She reminds us that history is not always written by the victors, sometimes, it's carried by the voices of those who refuse to fall silent. Thanks for watching this episode of The StoryKeeper. If you found Queen Njinga's story as powerful as we did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating tales from African and global history. Until next time, keep the stories alive.